how did you become a survival instructor? And give us a little bit of background on you.
Oh my gosh, that's a really long story. It's kind of always been like part of me. So I grew up in Mississippi, just south of Memphis, Tennessee, in a little town. What was a little town then called Olive Branch. Now it's enormous, like metropolis. It's enormous. But
Wow.
when I was growing up, there was nothing to do. Like it was just a bunch of woods, some trails, and kids on bikes. So I pretty much grew up in the woods, just
Yeah.
getting lost. And I would, me and my friends, we would try to intentionally get lost in the woods and then have to make it back before sunset. And that was just like what we did, you know. I had a weird life. I don't do good with rejection. And in school, I got that a lot. I got rejection a whole lot. So I was always kind of by myself, more of a loner than anything. I had a lot of friends, I guess acquaintances, but not like any real friends, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always just kind of found myself out in the woods, just trying to figure it out. And man, I fell in love with it. And then Rambo, the movie came along, First Blood. Man, I wanted to be Rambo so damn bad. I would, man, I want to be Rambo so damn bad. It's just like the idea of somebody that is good at everything, just a list of stuff that they're good at. Like I
Mhm.
wanted to be that, you know. And I always thought there's no way that I could ever do that ever because I'm just not that type of person. You know, I thought you had to be special operations or some crap like that. I didn't know how to get into it. I didn't know if that was even possible for me. And it was just like a pipe dream, but it seemed like the coolest thing to do ever. And after high school, 9/11 happened. And I was like, I got to do something about this. Like, I have to. You know, I was young, I was strong, I wanted to serve. And now this gave me a reason to actually do it. So I got all my shit together and joined the Air Force. Spent a long time in the Air Force, and I was stationed in Germany. And I had the opportunity to work with some Air Force SERE instructors, like the actual SERE people. And I was like, oh my god, I could do this. I could do this. So after that, I went to a survival school in Scotland and got like my real formal training in there. Went to England for my instructor cert, and then eventually made it to California and started doing it for real.
Wait, when you did England or Scotland, was that the Bear Grylls one?
Yep, yep, sure was.
That's
Yep,
insane. Wow. Yeah. And then you went out to California and then became an instructor there.
yep, yep. So I was kind of moonlighting as a survival instructor, trying to cut my teeth, you know, formally with it. And at
Mhm.
the same time, I was still active duty military. I was stationed in LA. What a banana that was.
Yeah.
So I was trying to, you know, split both ways and figure out which way I wanted to go with this, and just completely fell in love with the woods, really.
Now, what was it like with the SERE instructors? What was it like learning from them and stuff? And what did you take from that you brought into your program?
It was really the formalities of how to build a class, how to teach people stuff, you know, because they got all this knowledge in their head and they got to put it into somebody else's head, and how they actually got that done. It was not like a school class where you're sitting down with books and taking notes and all that stuff. It was just throwing you out into the deep end. And we did a water survival, so it was literally throwing you in the deep end. And it was just such an eye-opening way to instruct and to teach people and to learn. And that was pretty much the big takeaway that I got from them, is just how to get everything that's in my head and all the craziness I've been through and get that to somebody else where they can digest it properly.